Hi, I'm Jason, and welcome back to I Have a Story. And I'll tell you, when it rains, it really pours. The loss that I've taken over the past little over a year has just been devastating, absolutely devastating, and I just took another one. This video called Defund the DNR. DNR's mission statement is to control invasive species, protect our environment, and the people. But they've done the complete opposite. Opposite. First, I'm going to talk about two animals. The first is the cormorant, which is a bird. It's an invasive species, even though the government says it's not. It's definitely provable that it is. Um, that bird is just shut down. It's destroyed people's lives. Complete, complete towns have turned to almost ghost towns because fishing industries revolved around fish, and we turn loose a bird that is an invasive species and let them destroy it. They destroyed it across our whole country. Fisheries have run out of business because birds just wiped out all the fish that are in their ponds and they're raising. The price of fish going up because it's not there anymore. Um, I don't know how that made any sense at all. You turn loose a predator that has nothing to prey on it and turn it loose into an ecosystem. It's common sense what happens. It kills everything there. If I put a wolf in my chicken run is an ecosystem in itself. If I put a wolf in that chicken run, what's going to happen to my chickens? There's not going to be any left, right? That's only common sense. The woods around us are no different. Our environment and our ecosystem around us is no different, just a larger space. So they turn these cormorant birds loose, put them on an endangered species list. You're not allowed to kill them. The city here thrived on the fishing industry. There used to be 3 gas stations in town, tons of resorts and cabins, and there's 1 gas station left. There's not even a bait shop in town anymore. There used to be 5 of them. There's not one because there's nothing left here to come fish. My best friend, who was murdered a little less than a month ago of me making this right now, which you've heard me talk about, and I will be talking about more in the future because what a circus that's turned into. Um, his family owned a resort. He lost it because nobody came here to fish anymore, and it hurt him dearly. That was his life. His generations before him, generations. I have a picture from 1892, I believe it is, of his family buying the first piece of property to build the resort on. And he lost it all because nobody came anymore. It's not even just the fishing industry. And it's not even just that they killed the fish, they're killing our environment around us. There's articles. I'll be showing these and as I go along here. And I'm sorry I'm not more professional at this. I have a lot of struggles with myself physically, emotionally, trying to do all this and all the chaos that's been going on in my life lately and trying to keep up with it all. So I'm not out here doing these videos every day like I need to be. Um, so these birds shut down so many people's lives. And, we worry, oh, that's such a cute little bird. We got to protect the bird. What about everything else it killed? So on top of what it's killing by eating and ingestion, it's also toxifying our environment around us. And I'll be showing an article about how it toxifies our soil. It kills the plant life around us. So here where I live, there's an island, and it used to thrive with nature, thrive. These birds came in and just took over the island. Now there's nothing. I mean, even the vegetation is dying and dead because they've toxified the entire island and nothing lives on it anymore. It went from being absolutely beautiful, breathtakingly beautiful, to devastation. How do people in power not understand, realize, and know that this is the result of turning predators loose in an environment where they have no prey? It's not but common sense, right? So they're I mean, their mission statement's worthless. And they still want to claim that it's not a problem, but yet it is. And even different articles within inside the government say different and contradicting things. We're supposed to trust what they say. Um, the other one I want to talk about is the wolves. Why did we turn wolves loose here? Why are they turning wolves loose across the entire state? Again, this is a murdering. I mean, a lot of people don't understand this about wolves. Wolves don't just kill to eat. They kill anything they see that moves. They just kill it. I have a friend lives right around the corner from me. He's got on camera. He went on vacation for 1 week and he puts out feed all year round so he can sit in his window and watch the deer in his front yard. During that week, on camera, he has wolves coming into his property, and they killed 3 deer, and all they did was rip out their throats and leave the dead carcass laying there. They didn't take one single bite out other than to bite their throats out and leave it laying in his yard. They came in my yard. They've killed my goats. They've killed my chickens, my rabbits, and now my dog. I had that dog for March 28th. It'll be 9 years I've had that dog. She was the best dog I've ever owned. And now she's dead because the DNR turned murderers loose. I blame the DNR for it. All of my animals, I blame the DNR for it. Our government who thinks it's okay to turn murderous predators that have no prey loose and just let them ransack and ravage just like they did my friend's house over there. I mean, Jesus. How are these the people in control of our lives, our future, our children's futures? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's common sense. I would not put a wolf in my chicken run. Why would they put him in my backyard? And then tell me I'm not allowed to do nothing about it. Just watch them kill everything. It's wrong. It's wrong. I've watched it. I have it on my own cameras. I've come out and had to chase these things off in my own yard. Watched it myself. And what happens when there's nothing left here for them to eat? Where are they going to turn next? Our children? Again, when they killed all of my animals, they did not eat a single one. Everything they saw that moved, they just killed it and left it lay there. Moved on to the next thing they saw move, killed it, left it lay there. These are not animals who just live to eat. There is not a single positive or good thing about it. You don't ever just get to pull up to a field and go, wow, watch them dogs play. How wonderful. No, these are invasive hiding animals that murder. Why would you turn murderers loose? This is wrong. I spent 2 days hunting for my dog. I'm out in the woods after dark looking for my dog with a spotlight. That was 5 days ago. Part of why I haven't been out here again making my videos. Because I was looking for my dog. She was the best dog I ever had. No, hands down, no doubt about it. Ask anybody. Everybody loved that dog. So I want to know why my dog is dead. Why are the rest of my animals dead? Why do we need these in our backyard? Put them in your backyard if you want to feel good about a wolf. Go see what you think. And now they want to turn more of them loose after we watched them devastate the environment, and they want to turn more loose is what they're saying? I've lived here for 3 years, and in the 3 years, I've watched this deer population here decline over 80%, literally. And that's not a joke. Right down the road is a field. When I first moved here, 25 deer every evening before the sunset. Watch them out in that field eat. Following year, 12. You know how many there are now? The third year, 3. That's how many are left. My neighbor who lives across the street from the field down the road, the other way. When he moved there, he said he used to count over 100 deer every night grazing in that field. Now there's 5. And the only thing that makes sense, once again, is greed. Greed. We don't care about you. We care about ourselves and money. Money over morals. That's a God, you're going to hear me talk so much about that. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of money over morals. See it all around me, and I'm so tired of it. Part of what I love about living here, I don't see it in the people here. People here live modest and they're happy. I've never seen people more modest and happy in my life, caring, giving, doing for others than I have here. Where I came from, that just didn't exist. I drove a 20-year-old truck, and all I heard from my neighbors, when are you going to get a new truck? I'm not. I love my truck. I would drive that thing across the country and back and not have a worry. Yeah, but it's old. I trust that more than any brand new $80,000 truck I could replace it with right now. People have become so falsely just misinformed, delusioned. Got to feel good about everything, but don't think about the consequences that don't feel good. You just turn away and don't look at that. Last night just after dark, I heard the coyotes howling from just across the street from my yard. So I grabbed a floodlight, kicked on my steel toe boots. I'm going walking through the woods looking for my dog. I never found her. But I'll tell you what, I used to repo houses in Detroit. You know how many stray pits I came across? Give me a pair of steel toe boots. That dog don't stand a chance. I will break its jaw. And fortunately in Detroit, I was able to rescue more pits than I had to injure. Thank God for that. But I'm not allowed to arm myself and actually protect myself, my animals, and my land because of a corrupt court system that wrongfully, and I'm going to be proven this, took my rights away to be able to defend and protect myself. Not only for 1 year, but they just extended it for a whole nother without cause and without letting me even testify that she's the one who's been breaking these protection orders, threatening me and abusing our children, and they don't care. I'm losing my mind. This is insanity, and complete insanity. How are these the people running our world? I don't get it. That's why I made this channel now, because I'm tired of it all. I'm hoping I can do my double standard here. I came up with the idea for this channel 4 years ago to help other people. Now I need help, and I want a better future for my kids, and I don't see it happening. So DNR, I want to know why we have these turned loose in our backyard. You wanted to control the deer population? Put out more tags. Lower the out-of-state cost. It's ridiculous to come out of state here to hunt. But the corruption that people talk about is that the insurance companies, automotive insurance companies, paid the DNR to plant these wolves. There's an article that in the thumb of Michigan, deer cause 65% of the accidents. So it makes entire sense that the insurance companies, because we protect millionaires and billionaires. Biden, you said you want to go after them and protect the little people. Isn't that what a Democrat's supposed to be all about? Why don't you go after these millionaires and billionaires and do an investigation to find out if this is true? Tell me, did the insurance companies actually pay the DNR to plant these wolves so that they would save money on auto insurance rates? It's the only thing that makes any sense out of it all. I fear the world collapsing, our society collapsing. Part of why I moved here, because I knew that if I moved here, well, I shouldn't say I knew, because when I found here, I found out I was wrong. It should have been when I moved here into a fairly desolate location with thriving wilderness that I would have been able to feed and take care of my family if things did collapse. And we're seeing it happen right now. I pray to God it never does fully collapse, but we're getting the grunt of it. We're paying for it right now, aren't we? Go to the grocery store, tell me you're not paying for it. So I want to know, why are these loose in our backyard? DNR wants to keep lying and denying. They're just as bad as every other misinformed government agency we have anymore. Then if it isn't bad enough that they killed all these animals, why did the DNR go across our state through all the territories through our state, and their target goal was to kill 300 deer and cut their heads off to test them for COVID? How many millions of animals worldwide were just slaughtered to test for COVID? Who cares if a deer has COVID? What are you going to do about it anyway? If it's transmissible through our whole entire environment, There's nothing you could do to stop that, right? We'll just kill everything. I had a friend, not a friend, somebody I met, who was hunting, and he's lived here his entire life. 2 years ago, I met this guy, and he told me he's never in his entire life, never went out and hunted and didn't get a deer. That was the first year he couldn't find one, except for a pile of dead bodies with their heads cut off in a pile in the middle of the woods. Like maybe that was just more animal feed for the wolves, for them to take care of the wolves and everything else that's killing everything else here. Um, he freaked out, said, I'm not going back to there because I thought it was satanic worship going on and they were cutting off animals' heads and doing satanic worshiping out there. I said, no, that's the DNR doing that. My question is, where did COVID go? The virus doesn't disappear. It shut down the whole world just a few years ago. Why are we not talking about it still? Where did it just oh, Biden beat the virus. That's right, I forgot. Biden beat it. It really makes me question whether the virus really existed. So much nonsense, and I'm going to do a video just on all the nonsense I saw. It's just insanity. And this is what I see on an everyday level. I'm going to be talking about things on this channel that you won't ever hear anybody else talk about. Like, here's one I've never heard anybody say a word about: those cormorant birds. I know people who, they don't care about the law. They're worried about protecting their families, their livelihoods, feeding their children, and the loss and the pain that they have from losing all of that. Generations of families before them that built cabins and resorts, and this was their entire family generation of what they've done, lost it all. Lost it all. So the pain they got, they said, we don't care no more. These people don't know what they're doing, obviously. We're just backwoods simpletons. What do we know? We watch it right here in our own backyard. So they hunted these birds. They shot them. They decided to cut them open. And guess what they found inside every single bird that they opened up? Parasites. Full, completely full of parasites. Maggots, worms, bugs, whatever. So that's part of why a cormorant eats so much, because it's already a scientific fact that when you have a parasite inside of any living being, it has to feed off of what they're feeding on, right? So when you got a body full of infested parasites, they need to consume all that food too. So that's part of why cormorants are so invasive, or so devastating. But here's the other thing: is there anything being done to check to see what kind of parasites? One, after these birds are dead, do these parasites just die off? What kind of microbes did those produce in our environment? We know they're in their feces, it contaminated. So what happens in the long term when there's a growth of this whatever possible parasites and all this stuff that we can't see? What are the full possible repercussions of this? And we'll never know, because they'll just blame it on something else if something does come up from it. That's what they do. We make a problem, we blame it on something else, and I mean, I'm going to be proving that throughout my stories that that's the case so many times. So I'm asking you, I mean, I don't believe in defunding the police. Do I believe they need a reconstructive order, re-education, and all of that? Yes. My God, that's part of why I'm here too, because I'm going to be talking about it on my perspectives and what they've done to me. Obviously, I've been talking about it, but I haven't got my story out there, which, God help me, I need to get it done. So I'm hoping to make more videos about this, and I'm hoping to make contact with the DNR and with the government agencies and ask them why this is happening. Why is it, after we've watched it happen, we watched this predator destroy our environment, and now they're talking about turning more of them loose throughout our state? I mean, am I really just, am I the one who lost my sense here? Does that really make sense? So I want to know why my dogs are dead. My dog, my goats, my chickens, my rabbit. I want to know why my animals are dead. I want to know why I have to fear letting my kids go outside because we have these predators. Now they're running out of food. I mean, the rabbits around here are dead. There's no more rabbit. Partridge, they're pretty much gone. Everything around here is pretty much dead. What happens when there's nothing left? What are they going to turn to? The most easiest, readily available food source they can. And we can't control it. Again, this word, nonsensical. This is all nonsensical. And these are the people running our country and our environment and our states and our cities. And I'm the backwoods simpleton. So I came inside to edit this video. My neighbor just happens to call. Yesterday he watched in his front yard a deer give birth and talked about how beautiful it was. This morning he went and put a trail cam out on it to watch it. This morning he comes out, checks, the fawn's dead. Just a dead carcass tore to pieces laying there. Not eaten, just tore up. So he checked the trail cam and it was a wolf. He's got it on camera. A wolf just tore this thing up and just killed Bambi. I mean, we're going to care more about the big bad wolf than we are about Bambi? What kind of world is this? God, I'm looking at my pictures of my dog to put into this video. She was the best dog ever, ever. Rest in peace, Marley. I love you. I don't want to know why. Why?